Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing the build on the 86. As you can see, the engine's in there. We had some issues with an SD card and I lost a bunch of footage. But this is where we're at. The engine is in the car. We already have the radiator and rad support fabbed up and the intercooler brackets. So this is pretty sturdy. It doesn't really move. I kind of like how this looks. Let me know what you guys think about that. The hood do close. We are going to be using hood pins. The engine surprisingly actually fit in the car so good. It's like it was made for it. I didn't have to do no modifications. I didn't have to bend the firewall or anything like that. It just literally sit in there. The only thing that was in the way was the rad support. So it took like 2 seconds before I decided to cut the rad support out. So yeah, but everything fits really nice. And we do have a lot of parts too, so we are going to be working on mounting up the turbo today. So this is a 5858 from Boost Lab. This is a company that I've worked with before. They're really good and the turbos are not ridiculously expensive. This one here came and we did have some issues. Not really issues, it was a mistake with the order. So we opted to get the V-band welded to the back housing, and as you guys can see, this is a 4-bolt back housing. Got in contact with them before I could literally finish my sentence. He was like, hey, I'm sorry, they're gonna have the other one out, and they're basically gonna ship it out fast. We're gonna have it here by Monday. Today is Friday afternoon, so which is pretty cool. Boost Lab, give those guys a shout out. The other stuff that we have here is from Ace Racing. These guys are pretty good. I've looked up some reviews on them. These are all 3 or 4 stainless, inch and a half pipes. They look like really good quality stainless steel. I've never really used them before, but from everything that I read online and saw people using them, they look really nice, and they're not that expensive. They're pretty affordable. So we have a bunch of different bends, long ones, short ones, a few 45 and stuff like that. I did bought the collector from STM Tuning. This is a V-band to 5, so we're gonna have a space for the wastegate. We are gonna be welding a T3 flange on here, but I thought this was the only one they had available, so I am gonna make it work. It looks like really good quality stuff. It is a cast piece, but it looks really nice. I do have an engine bracket that you use to hold the engine up. I'm gonna mount that across here and make a bracket to hold the turbo in place while I try to come up with a design to fit, to route the piping. I don't want the turbo to be sitting back here like all the ones that I've seen online. I would like to get it more up front. It looks a lot nicer. So I am gonna fab up something to hold the turbo in place and then come up with an idea on how I'm gonna bend these pipes. But as for right now, I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod. I'm gonna get going on that and start running my mouth because I know you guys don't want to listen to me talk. So yeah, let's get to it. So guys, as you can see, that little red bar that I'm putting across there, that is to suspend the turbo. This tool is meant for front wheel drive vehicles, to suspend the engine if you have to drop the subframe. Here I'm just basically cleaning up my TIG welding torch because I had an old crappy gas lens set up on it, so I'm just changing it out so I can tack weld up this little bracket thing to basically suspend the turbo to that. Well, this thing was a pain in the ass. It's so crappy because it's like galvanized, so it did not want to weld very cleanly. As you can see, it's 2 very shitty tacks, but they hold surprisingly. The turbo never fell off. As you can see, I give it a few whacks right there and it's still working. So basically that's gonna screw into the oil feed of the turbo and suspend it exactly where I need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and clamp the turbo exactly where I need it to be. So the exhaust and the intake side is facing down, and the oil feed is facing straight up, so I can screw that in and mount it onto that bracket, as you'll see in a few minutes. Alright guys, so I'm cleaning up the threads very well so I can screw that into the oil feed line where the oil feed line usually goes. You don't want any dirt on that. This pole was so hot, as you'll see in a few minutes. I burnt my hand a few times, and I did not want to put that welding glove back on. There's a lock nut on there. I'm gonna tighten that just so the threads don't back out. And I accidentally dropped the turbo, as that will suck. These turbos are very expensive. So I'm just getting the camera all set up here and mounting the turbo. As you can see, there's like a washer and a nut, and I'm struggling with this nut earlier. And keep in mind that pole is still really hot. Finally I got some sense and actually put my welding gloves on. I'm just trying to put it into place to see what position I really like it in. And that's pretty much where the turbo is right now, just a little bit lower. So the thing with the duct tape is just to simulate where the hood would be, just to get like a reference on like where the hood would be compared to the fender, so I don't put the turbo too high. So as you can see in this clip, it looked like we jumped forward, which we did. I was working on the number one runner and I forgot to turn the camera on. That one runner alone, to tack it up and to get it in place, to clear all of the water line and everything that was there, took me like 3 to 4 hours. It took so long to come up with just a basic design on where I wanted to put that first one. Here you see me take the tape off because it's in the way. I pretty much have the collector where I want it, and now it's just a matter of pasting. It's just basically putting like Legos together now, trying to figure out where they go. To the guys then who build these manifolds for a day job, man, my hat's off to you guys. These things are being, yes. So here you see I'm taking the manifold off. I got a design in my head that I think was going to work. I drew some lines and basically gonna tack everything up. That one runner right there that you can see, I'm trying to go to number 3, and number 2 cylinder was going to be sneak in between the two of them. But there was a big flaw in this design where number 4 cylinder was going to be sticking out way too far, and I wasn't going to have room for the downpipe. Okay guys, so this is the design that I was going to end up and stick with. If you were paying attention earlier, you would have noticed that the pipes are switched around slightly now. The pipe that was going to number 3 cylinder is now connected to number 4, and number 3 cylinder is going to the far end of the collector. This seemed to work best, and it's packaged very small, so I still had a lot of room for the downpipe to pass. I basically had to cut that well back off to bevel the edges because I forgot to, so I could get good penetration when it comes time to finish welding it. Hey guys, as you can see, I finally got the manifold all fabbed up. It's all tacked together. I'm very happy with it, very happy with the way it turned out. I'm actually impressed with myself that it came out this nice. The only thing that I don't like right now is this little piece right here with this few joints, but I had to do a couple of pie cuts in order to get it below the flange. This has to be changed. My T3 flange didn't come yet, so I just made this little plate as a template basically, so I can mount the turbo and see where everything sits. So this has to be changed. I can't finish welding the manifold until I get that flange, because I don't know if I will have to change anything. And until I get that flange, I'm not gonna make the bend for the downpipe, because I don't know where the downpipe is gonna sit yet. All in all, I'm really happy with it. The only part that have a decent sized gap is right up in between there, but it's not too bad. It's something that I could fill. But if I decide to change this section right here, I'll try to get that better. It took me, I don't know, about, I want to say a total of 6 hours of just trying to come up with the design and tacking this thing up. It's been busting my ass. I have a lot of respect for the guys them who build these manifolds. It's not easy. It's a pain in the butt. But anyways, guys, this is where I'm going to end this video. The next video, we're going to try to work on the intake manifold. Try to get that fabbed up. And if not, we're going to be working on finish welding this. Anyways, deuces. Like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section if you guys have any questions or advice. Anyways, peace.